afternoon and welcome to the 1:30 p.m. Rakyat Times TV News. I'm Mick Hu. Another storm warning is on the horizon. Be prepared to face another wave of bad weather from Wednesday onwards. Science, Technology and Innovation Minister Dato' Iwan Ibin says that with winds currently gusting up to 60 kilometers per hour and waves as high as 4.5 meters, all sorts of recreational activities at sea must be avoided. He said that the places expected to be affected are the coastal areas of Pahang, East Johor, Sarawak, Labuan and Sabah. Malaysia is currently facing one of the worst cases of flooding in decades. It has crippled communications and transport to affected areas. It has shown up as the failure of the current administration to deal with disaster and natural calamities. This has prompted ordinary Malaysians to take up the mantle and help themselves. Volunteers all over the country have collected food, clothing, essential cooking utensils, clean water to be sent to affected areas. And in our studio today, we have Syed Azmi Albashi, who has been organizing volunteers to put together food, clothing and essentials to be distributed around the country. And we have also Yati, who is Syed's deputy. What do you call it? NGIs, right?
Yes.
You guys are
NGI.
not NGOs, you guys are NGOs. Okay, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what prompted you guys to do all this charity work for fellow Malaysians?
Well, the charity work there is, we just like to do good deeds, and we like to actually prove to people, saying that as ordinary Malaysians, you actually can make a difference by doing the good deeds. So for another reason, for this flood, it was just amazing because people think that we actually can make a difference. So we poke here and there. We got ourselves a helicopter 3 weeks ago. That's the best part.
Let me interrupt for a while. That is an interesting story. Can you tell our viewers, how did you guys got your first helicopter?
There was a flood in Terengganu, that was the first one. And basically somebody called us and saying that why don't you help the flood victims? So I just replied in my Facebook saying that I wish I can. Unfortunately, we do not actually have a helicopter. About 12 hours later, I was with Hayati. And then we found out that we actually have a free helicopter, but it has to be fly off in like 20 hours. So we were actually like scraping off, trying to find people to donate stuff for us to bring over to Marang, Terengganu. And that's why it started. We went there by helicopter and we give out the food and the essentials there ourselves. And when we come back, 2 weeks later, we heard of this big flood and people just calling us up to actually ask us like, can we do a drive like what you did, but in a bigger scale. So that's what actually happened.
Okay. Can you tell us what have you seen with your own eyes? What happened in Kelantan? How is condition there?
I was in Kota Baru with my friend Daniel yesterday. We took a day trip and it was devastating. We do not know what to expect, but the first thing that we know was the smell of the mud. It was everywhere, and that part was pretty much devastating. And we thought that, never mind, just carry on forward, so we went to Tumpat. So in Tumpat, what actually happened was we are not sure about what to do and things like that. So we actually just think of finding platforms, and we pass the information to our headquarters over at Hardy's in Samantun, where the collection drive is being held, to tell them what we see and what they actually need, so that on Hayati's part, she can actually get the team ready to collect more stuff.
You are the one who is on the ground at the TDDI Center, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us about like how many volunteers were there? How do you guys collect all those stuff, and how do you guys organize it? Because you guys are not from an NGO, it's like NGIs, people just come without any registration needed, etc. Can you elaborate more on that?
Okay, when we started last week, we didn't expect as much things to be donated. We started the drive for 2 days. That was the end of, I think it was the 27th December. We only expect people to come with one small bags to come at the center, and we only call volunteers, we need volunteers from 3 to 6 p.m. to help us with the packing. But unfortunately, I was standing there with my another colleague, Sarah, and people are stopping with pickup trucks, with lorries. So we got panicked, and we just SOS blasted on Facebook saying that, help SOS. We need volunteers to start packing now. Things like half of Harleys, things are really like half of Harleys. We really need to repack this thing and get it labeled and put outside. And surprisingly, 2 hours after I called, about 100 people turn up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
100 people turn up. I was so surprised to look at different nationalities. You know, people of Malaysia come together, just start and come in and say, oh, what can we do? Just start to help. And few people start to say to me, okay, what do you want me to help? Can I be a line leader? I say, by all means, please. So I tell you, our packing teams are the best I've ever seen. They were so organized, and I don't have to worry about them inside. I just coordinate things from outside, things coming in, things going out. Basically, what I did is I handled the logistic and also the volunteers here. The next day, 200 volunteers came. And on Monday, when we were loading our 2 40-footer and 3 tons lorry, we have over 200 volunteers coming after work between 6 to 11 p.m. We finished at 11 p.m. and I was so overwhelmed. That is when the Rakyat for Rakyat thing came out.
It's very touching to listen to all the stories. I've also went to your center and saw how tired the volunteers were, the look on their face, but they were very, very happy. And yesterday I heard that during the closing, you guys sang Negaraku and someone cried also, right? The volunteers cried.
A lot of people
Well,
cry.
a lot of people
I
cried.
cried.
What happened was Marina Mahdi came over on Saturday and she talked to us, and basically we were saying that we're a really bunch of nobodies, and she said that's the best people to work with. And we had a photograph with our group. There was one girl, Maz. So she was not in the photo, and she came to me saying that it's okay, but I wish that we can sing Negaraku. It stuck in my head the whole trip in Kota Baru. So when I come back, I told Yati, why not we do this? Because they are so happy. They were asking, what about next week? Are we doing again next week? And for us, being NGI, these are family people, and this is the part that I think that is special, that we have the flood victims, and we also have these people, the volunteers. They have children, they have families. So what happened is we have to, we were saying that next week school week started, so don't. So basically school week started, so they have to go back, they have to rest. So we were thinking of all those aspects, we are not thinking of just the energy and the time that we're taking from our volunteers, we're also thinking about their welfare. That's what our team normally does. We think about everything. We were worried about food, refreshments, and every single aspect, parking space, time and places to pray and all that. So this is why I think it was really special, and that Negaraku was just the right tip. That night that I just announced it, and people were crying, there were tears. I look at Hayati looks back at me, yeah, we did something right. It may be small, but we did something right. So, and they were just so happy that we can do our part, and I guess that's the most important part. Yeah.
Just now you mentioned about school. School is starting soon, and what happened to the students in Kelantan? I mean, the children, are they going to start school too? Because when you told me about the condition there just now before the news,
right?
Yeah.
I guess regarding the schools, yeah, the place was really bad, and the mud level was really high up. We tried to actually ask around about it, but the people there. If you go to Kelantan, you can actually see the people there are trying their very hard to actually, spade out all the mud, prepare the schools and everything. But this 1 week is not possible. It's not enough. However, the kids needs to go to school. Okay, and I believe that it's kind of a good distraction for them. So I was really hoping the government would be a bit more, a bit more relaxed in the sense of their school uniforms, or if they wear slippers, just let them be. If they don't have their textbook ready, just let them be for a while.
So what are the kids? The parents would be busy restoring and cleaning the households. Where do the kids go to then?
The kids, you know how we sometimes think that the kids should be kids? But there in Kota Baru, what actually happened was they were treated just like the other adults. They were helping out, they can play what they want and things like that. And that side is very sad. And but in the end, I was thinking that they were just loitering around. They're not doing anything bad, but we were hoping that they can actually play or be kids. So inshallah, we'll see what we can do, our team. Probably is going back to Kota Baru, and we have a plan in mind, so we'll find a way.
Yati, I heard that you guys are starting a center, a community center in Kelantan, right? It's a pilot project.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Okay, what we plan with, okay, we have a partner in Kelantan. They are Imaret. Imaret consists of the Malaysian Muslim medical medical employees. So we have they have recce a few places, especially in Tanah Merah, Tumpat, and Kuala Krai. What we want to do, a pilot project for the community, is we want to set up a center in a base camp. So now they have to come back to us on which is the most suitable place, because the idea is to have a central kitchen where the villagers can come and cook food, which will be monitored by the doctors and the medical employees. So it is to control the hygiene, and we do not want any outbreak like cholera outbreak or any other illnesses, because the water is not clean there.
Yeah, I heard some people got infected already.
Yes, that's correct. That's why we have been collecting medication as well, like Limotil, Charcoal pill, just to help them. And I think Syed has carried some, I don't know, what was that?
I actually had to carry vaccines
yesterday by Asia. He went there and carried by hand. And we hope it will help the people there. At the same time, I think if this is a success, I hope that other villages in Kelantan which is affected by the flood will be able to duplicate the idea. So we are using disposable plates, disposable cups, because there's no clean water to wash plates.
Okay, so I also heard that you guys engage Malindo Air and other Firefly. They did it for free for you guys?
Yes, they do.
Okay, good for them.
Yeah. Firefly is giving us daily flight, daily cargo, about 600 kilo a day.
Bravo. Good job, good job, good job. But then one question though, aren't the government officials or politicians are bringing all those supplies there? I saw it on Facebook, on pictures. They are bringing all these supplies there, medical care, things like that.
It only reaches certain areas because it depends on who is the distributor there. So what happened when we are keen to help this group Imaret and also Harum, because they actually took their four-wheel drive and boats to go to the remote areas where there's no aid. Like I was sent a picture, there's Kampong Linggi, I think, I'm not mistaken, in Gua Mustang, where the Orang Asli is. They were the first to reach there. And 8 days later, only the government aid came by helicopter.
So there are still places where the government hasn't sent any rescue aid team there or something?
That was what I was made to understand, but most probably it's because there's too big area to cover and they have limitation in manpower. So it's good that these NGOs are coming in, like Mercy, Imaret, Harum, and then there's another few more groups that I'm not familiar with. This would be able to help them.
But you guys are doing a different thing, right? Like the center, it's more towards weaving the community, bringing back the community spirit, helping each other.
That is the target, because as public, that's what we wanted to see.
Okay. Well, I also heard that you guys saw Sharizat bringing 3 loads of bus of what do you call it? What do they call it?
It's
Wanita.
Wanita and Putri
No. So they went there to distribute rice and etc.
Food rations mostly. Yes, we saw them. I think that it's a good thing to actually see that people do care and going there. But in just our opinion, basically we were thinking that it's good, but we think that if we could tweak it a bit more, if they would like to listen to us. I believe that they went there dressed all nice, uniform and everything like that. So if they actually bring in brooch or hijabs or beautifying products, and just go and ask the other mothers, because they are mothers too, I think they would score on that. I know it sounded like, what? That's not important, but you never know. Boost morale. It's part of a recovery on this kind of
I think you are just too nice. I'll be the nasty one. I think, okay, instead of just bringing 3 buses load of people there to take pictures and distribute rice without distributing any water for them to cook, why not also ask these people to go down and go gotong royong with the people there? help on the mud, spading out the mud and
Well, I
stuff.
think spade mud is a bit too much to ask lah from
Okay.
wanita UMNO,
Don't
but
get also other
I think if
people,
they like to
right?
play with the kids or
Yeah,
take care of the
yeah,
kids
why
or
not?
or bring toys.
Bring them hope.
Yeah.
Instead of just bring your phone and take pictures and put it on Facebook, right?
Yep. Okay, that one I.
Okay, I'm the nasty one here.
And we
Yeah.
also send them gas cylinder,
Mm.
portable stove, so
Yeah.
that they can cook.
And remember to bring water.
Yes,
Remember
water
to
is
bring water,
important.
yeah, true.
Any last message to the? I mean, we need to wrap up now. Any message to the public and also maybe to the government?
Sorry.
Well, to the public, we actually prove a point to say that as individuals, you can actually do the things on your own. On the government side, I believe that they are doing something about it. But rather than just talking about it on both ends, be a doer. Just go out and actually show what you can actually do. That's a more proactive, that's more productive, and that's a bit more important. I guess we would like to see changes that way.
Hayati?
Yes.
Oh, and the JKR that just now
Yeah.
you told me about.
Oh,
Because, JKR is definitely doing something that they are in Kelantan, and also TNB, they're working very hard to restore the electricity there.
Yeah.
But I would like to say that you don't have to wait for government to do everything. We as Rakyat Malaysia, we should be helping our rakyat. That's why I always address them, let's help our brothers and sisters in
Yeah.
East Coast. I've never mentioned them as who and who. So as an individuals, you can make a difference. Don't just be a keyboard warrior. Don't just stand behind and like commenting why you're not doing this, not doing that. Start doing something. Be a doer, like Syed say. Yeah.
Okay, last word from me. Last word. I know the producer is going to kill me. We don't have enough time. But for example, if I bring 3 buses of people there, if they are my relatives or friends, I wouldn't be just going there, give them a few packs of rice without water to cook, and then just take pictures and leave. Right? I would go down there to actually help people. If
Right.
they
No, cook with them.
Cook with them.
cook with them. I mean, just do something with them. Give them hope. Be with the kids. Do something.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all. Oh yeah, I need to end the news. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow again, and we'll bring you other news and an exclusive interview with another group of NGI. See you.